Hi, my name is Wouter van Aswegen, and today I'm going to quickly look at the best practice that I figured out for a select cursor in Microsoft SQL. So for the purpose of this exercise, we're going to look at building a table like this from a many-to-many join between colors and shapes. So where we're going to have the colors on the one side, and then for every many-to-many join, have the shape with the comma delimited list on the right hand side, which is a perfect application for a cursor, a select cursor in SQL. So let's quickly go over to SQL. What I've got here is table A, table B, and table D. Table A is my colors table, table B is my shapes color, and table D is my many-to-many link. So my red there is joined with cube and sphere, and so on, so that we've got all of those. Let's quickly build ourselves a cursor. To hold this, I'm going to need a temp table. So what I'm going to have here is a temporary table that's going to hold a color ID, and I'm making it a primary key. It's always good practice to have a primary key on your temporary tables. Just makes the temp database work much better. And then the shape list is where we're going to have the comma delimited list of the shapes. So the first thing we want to do is insert the colors that we've got into our temp table. Okay, so this basically what we're going to do is we're going to select all the color IDs of table A into the temp table, and we're going to put a blank as our shape list. Next, we're going to have a look at the select we're going to need to then update that. Okay, so this is going to give me the shape for every color ID. So let's just test that quickly. And there we can see it for color ID 1, we've got a cube and a sphere. For color ID 2, we've got a sphere down to 4 pipe pyramid, 5 sphere pyramid, and 6 pipe. So that is the select we want inside of our cursor. Okay, so now that's the first step of our cursor. We declare our cursor with a cursor name. In this case, I'm just going to call it cursor 4, and that select statement. So that select statement is going to be the result for my cursor. Now, what I usually do after I've declared my cursor, I open it, close it, and deallocate it all at the same time. By building code in a sequence of nesting all the code as you type it, you ensure that your begins and ends always work together, your opens and closes always work together, and you never forget to close down a piece of code or a structure of code. Now, part of the best practice of a cursor is to make sure that whatever happens in the cursor is coded once only. Now, there's a practice where they first open the first part of the cursor, then do whatever code they want to in it, and then in the while loop, they do the fetch next to see until there's no more data. So they duplicate the code they use. I don't like to use that way. I use one where you use the code once only, with a continuous loop, and you break out if there's nothing more. So as you can see there now, there's the basic structure of my cursor. So I'm starting with my declare of my cursor, opening the cursor, my loop where I fetch the data from my cursor into my two declared variables. If there's nothing more, then I break out of my while loop, I close my cursor, and I deallocate my cursor. So the code that I want to happen inside my cursor happens once only, one piece of code, and that's what I'm going to put in here, and that is to update my temp table. Effectively, what I want to do in my temp table is I take my shape list value, which starts as blank, and every time a shape comes with a specific color ID, I then add it into my shape list. So it's basically my shape list plus my shape. But if there is more a shape there already, so I want to add a comma and a space between them. If there isn't one, I just want to start with a shape. So what I'm going to do is add a case. So with this code, with the case, I can say my shape list is whatever is in the shape list, plus if there is something in there already, put a comma space, otherwise just leave nothing and put the shape next to it, where the color ID is the color ID. And after that's done, I want to do my final select. And that should do it. So let's run this and see what happens. Okay, I've forgotten to put the declare for variables. I need to be able to capture the color ID and the shape. So let's go declare those quickly. And now it should work. There we go. And we've got the red cube and sphere, green sphere, blue cube, and so on and so on. And the basic principle of it is you declare your variables for your cursor, you declare your cursor, declare your cursor, open your cursor, inside there you've got a while loop, fetch next, do whatever you need to do, close, deallocate. And that is your cursor. Thank you for watching.